Hi Retro Crew. I don't think we've talked much about Clint Eastwood in any of our videos, but that changes today. We'll be telling you our top 5 Clint Eastwood movies.
I'm Matt.
I'm Brian, and we're the Retro Sons.
Clint Eastwood is one of my favorite actors of all time.
Yeah, he's got some good movies.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, God.
Most of mine are going to be westerns.
Not mine.
No.
I have 5 and an honorable mention.
Yeah, me too.
So, I'll start. So for number 5, I have Gran Torino.
No, that is a good one, but it didn't make my list.
No. Well, if it's mostly westerns, most of mine probably won't. But he's just like a grumpy old man. Then he gets new neighbors, and there's a gang in the town who doesn't like the neighbors, so they're giving him trouble.
Yeah, and he grows fond of the neighbors.
Yeah, and then he helps them out with the gang.
Yeah.
It's a good movie, though.
Yeah, it is.
And he has a nice car in it.
Yeah. And Gran Torino.
Yeah.
Hey, hotshot! What do you think you're doing? This is a Ford Gran Torino, okay?
I would have put it on the list, but I didn't remember too much about it until you started talking about it. The only part I remember is the get off my lawn scene.
Get off my lawn.
What about when he's fixing the washing machine? It's like he goes in and he touches it and it's wobbly, so he just fixes it.
No, I didn't remember that till you just mentioned it.
There's a whole bunch of parts like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kid steals from him. And I don't know.
Yeah.
He just teaches him.
Was he like a Korean?
Understanding. Yeah, I think so.
War
Korean
vet?
family or something.
Or
Well, the kid was the one he got close to.
yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure out which war he was a veteran in. World War II or Korea.
Yeah, one of those.
I know he's got an M1 Grand.
Yeah, so that's my number 5.
Yeah. My number 5 is The Outlaw Josie Wales. It's a good one, but I don't remember it too well. I remember it better than I remember Gran Torino, though, so that's why it made the list. It's one of his better westerns. I think he directed it too, didn't he? I'll have to look into that.
I don't know if he did or not.
I probably should have looked more into it before.
Yeah, you probably should have.
To make myself look like an idiot. But
Is that the one when the gunfighter is in the bar or something?
I think so.
Like it's a living.
Yeah.
He's like, dying ain't much of a living, boy.
Yeah, he's like, you a bounty hunter?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. And then he's like got his arms full of supplies or something, and he sees the 2 army people. He's like, are you gonna draw those pistols or just whistle Dixie?
Yeah.
And then just out, gun them both. He drops his supplies and draws down on them.
Yeah.
So it's got good, memorable scenes like that, and just quotable.
Movie quotes, it's what we do.
Alright, so my number 4 is $1 Million Baby.
Makushla. He's watching $1 Million Baby. He's gonna try to kill me.
Oh yeah, another good one, but
Yeah.
not one I remembered well enough to put on the list.
No,
or
we
even
didn't
remember.
talk about it on The Office.
I know. I was looking at IMDb and I didn't even see it on his list of movies there when I was making this list.
You didn't?
No. So, if I'd seen it, maybe it would have been on there somewhere.
Yeah. But in this one, he's a boxing coach, and he teaches someone who doesn't know anything, and she almost gets to, like, #1 boxer.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it, but
Champion!
Thank you.
what's her name?
Hillary Swank?
Yeah, she's a boxer.
Yeah.
She's like a broke. She works at a restaurant, and she has to, like, take food off people's plates when they're done to eat it.
Kind
She
of
has
like
no
that
money.
modern day Rocky type of thing.
Kind of, but a little bit different.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, kinda.
But then something horrible happens at the end.
Yeah. And he ends up having to make a terrible, hard decision.
Yeah, but it's a good movie.
Yeah.
One of his better ones, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I like a lot of his older ones. I like his younger ones too, but for some reason I have a soft spot for his older movies. When he's like an old grumpy man.
More relatable to you, maybe?
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Alright, so that's my number 4.
Yeah. At number 4, I put Pale Rider. It's another one of his good classic westerns. He
He paints it down red.
I think that's High Plains Drifter.
Oh, then never mind.
Yeah, I think it is. I could be wrong, but it's one of those stories where someone rides into town, a stranger, and the town's plagued by like a group of corrupt people.
Yeah, he seems to do that a lot in his westerns.
Yeah, and it's a good formula. It works. So
Yeah.
then he ends up protecting them. He gets taken in by a family, like a down on their luck type family. And they all like him, and he's a former preacher. And I think it turns out that he was killed by the people that are running the town, and that's why he ends up helping them.
Yeah.
And he's just like a ghost.
Yeah, and you find out at the end.
Yeah. I think that's the one where he beats everyone up with the hickory stick too.
Oh, yeah.
And Richard Keel's in there. He's one of the baddies.
Is he?
Yeah. He ends up hitting him and then helping him onto his horse when he's like hurting.
He's such a gentleman.
Yeah, I'd have to see some of these movies to remember them better.
Yeah, I remember that one. I think I used to have it on VHS and I used to watch it quite a lot.
You're so old and wise.
So, quite a while ago.
Yeah, but it's a good one and it stuck with me. It's a good one.
Yeah. Is it a good one?
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
So for number 3, I have Unforgiven.
That's my number 3 as well.
Yes, and he's an older man.
Yeah.
This one is one of his westerns where he's an older guy.
Yeah.
But
He used to be like a outlaw or something,
Yeah.
like a bank robber or something, or a killer.
Something.
outlaw, I think.
Yeah, he used to be a bad dude, and then he like gave it all up and started a family, didn't he?
I think so, yeah.
And then
And Gene Hackman he's not really bad, but he's portrayed as a bad guy in this movie.
yeah,
But it shows more like bad people aren't all bad and good people aren't all good.
yeah,
It shows it like there's not just black and white to the world, there's gray. So, I don't know, I like it.
yeah. And something happens, so he has to go back into the lifestyle, but he's been out of it for so long, he's kind of rusty.
Yeah.
So he's like
yeah.
making mistakes along the way, and he,
Yeah. Like at the end when he's in their house with a shotgun,
yeah,
it misfires. So then he has to take out his handgun.
yeah, and he, that younger guy like joins up with him, and he wants to be like what Bill Money used to be back in the day.
Yeah.
That's Clint Eastwood's character, Bill Money, and he like idolized him, I think, and he's just like trying to persuade him against it, maybe.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And it turns out the kid can't see too well, so that plays kind of a little part in it too. I think
Yeah.
something happens to him.
It's a good movie though.
There's Morgan Freeman in it too.
Yeah.
That's the other guy. The other kind of
Gene
main.
Hackman.
Yeah.
So it's got some big names in there too.
Yeah, it's not all like a action-packed western. It's more like a drama.
Yeah.
Type.
It's a little bit slower paced, but it's really good.
Yeah, sometimes those are better, like the Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford.
Yeah.
That's not like a action-packed, but it's still a good western.
Yeah. Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
If they do them right.
right.
Alright, so that was your number 3?
Mhm.
So do I go to number 2 now, or do you go?
I don't know. I don't think we've ever done this before.
I don't either.
You can,
I'll go.
All right.
My number 2 is The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Oh.
This is probably, it is his best Western because my number 1 is not a Western. But it's probably the greatest Western of all time.
Yeah, it's very good.
Like this slow shootout at the end, it's like 4-minute shootout.
Yeah.
Or not shootout, but
just a
yeah, Mexican
stare down mostly.
standoff. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just,
It just builds the tension and it just keeps getting closer and closer to them and the music.
yeah, it just keeps spinning around. Sometimes it's a close-up of their eyes. Sometimes it's a close-up of their hand near their gun.
Yeah. And the entire movie leading up to that point is great too.
Yeah.
Just the whole pacing of that movie is great, and it's like you said, it's not a fast, action-packed Western, but there is some action.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just one of the best spaghetti Westerns, one of the best Westerns of all time. And Tuco and Blondie and Angel Eyes.
What about him?
You
They're
mean,
just-
I'm not going to say much about it because it's higher up on my list.
I wonder what number that is. Must be your honorable mention.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a mystery.
All right. So, what's your number 2?
I'm guessing it's going to be your number 1, but my number 2 is Dirty Harry.
You sounded like Dirty Harry just then.
My favorite non-Western role of his,
Yeah.
obviously because it's the only not Western on my list. But
Other than The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, he's probably best known for that.
yeah,
Those 2 movies.
yeah.
I didn't interrupt when you were having your presentation.
I just like how he does anything to get the job done, to serve justice. Like, he doesn't really care about the law, and he gets mad when the law protects the bad guy.
Yeah.
And there's one point where the guy gets, like, pays someone to beat him up, and he tries to frame Harry for it. And he says, I didn't do that because he looks too good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been following him on my own time. And it tell I didn't do that to him.
How?
Because he looks too damn good, that's how.
Like, he doesn't care. Like, he'll cross the line if it gets the bad guy.
Yeah.
It's just a really good movie.
Yeah, it is a really good movie. I'm not going to say much because that might be higher up on my list.
I thought so.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Alright, so my runner-up Your honorable mention is the mule.
Oh, that was a good one too.
Again, it's because he's like an older, grumpy man, and the drug cartel he's working for wants him to do it like a certain way and be in the same spot at the same time every time. And he just like an old man driving his own way.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Like he stops at restaurants he's not supposed to stop at, and he's just talking to people. And that's the reason they can't find him, because he like never does it the same.
I didn't hear a fucking word I said.
But once he starts at the end, once he starts doing it the way they want him, he gets caught right away.
Right. Yeah, that one almost made my list too, but
Yeah.
I only remember that one part that he didn't do it the way they wanted him to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember the whole plot of it. I know that he starts driving for him, but I don't remember why or anything like that.
I think just for something to do.
Oh, maybe.
Bored. What? Bored! No. Bored! Bored!
He's just like a bored old man, and they want him to do it, so he does. I mean, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but it's just like, I like his older, grumpy roles like that.
Yeah.
He plays a good old grump.
Yeah, he does, because he is a good old grump.
Yeah, but that was just outside my list. That's number 6.
My honorable mention is High Plains Drifter. And it's an honorable mention because it's a good one, but it's like kind of a similar plot of Pale Rider.
Yeah, a lot of his movies are the same plot.
Yeah, I know. But he rides into town and they're being plagued by a group of bad people, and he decides to help them. In this one, he's not quite as like kind as he was in Pale Rider. Like, he wants to get some out of it. He's like getting free boots and whatever they'll give him.
Yeah, they'll give him all the free stuff.
Yeah.
Swag. Stuff we all get.
Is that the one when he paints it down red?
I think so.
It is.
I'll have to look it up.
Yeah, I know it's one of those too.
It's one or the other. I'm pretty sure it's High Plains Drifter.
Yeah, then it's like Hang 'em High or something.
Yeah.
Crap, how'd we get that wrong?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Alan Hale's in that one, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Alan Hale Jr.
Ooh, even better.
Yeah.
He's the one that hangs him, isn't he?
I think so. One of them, anyway.
Skipper. Why would you do that?
Skipper!
Clint Eastwood.
What kind of stupid name is that?
It is a good one, but it's so similar to Pale Rider that, and he plays more of a kind of a bad guy in that one.
Yeah,
I guess
so
that's
it puts
why.
it a little bit lower on your list.
Yeah.
So you like his good guy better?
Yeah, I guess so.
Alright, so my number 1, as everyone already knows, is Dirty Harry. I like westerns. Westerns are one of my favorites, but I like cop movies better. Like action cop movies, so that's why that's number 1.
Yeah.
And like I said, this movie and Dirty Harry, or The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and Dirty Harry are probably his top 2 best known movies.
Probably.
And he's just so iconic, and like he has great lines in it. Like, do you feel lucky? Or you have to ask yourself a question: do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Yeah.
And then like he gets shot with a shotgun and that, and they tell him they have to cut his pants off. He's like, for $20, I'm taking them off.
Yeah.
And like he just doesn't care.
We'll pull them off. It'll hurt. $9.50. Let it hurt.
And I like that first line you mentioned. He says it twice in the movie. The first time, he says it kind of like playfully. Cause
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
he doesn't. The guy's not too bad of a guy, and he's just robbing a bank, and he like has him.
Yeah,
Caught
he knows
anyway.
how many shots he's fired.
Yeah.
So he's just playing with him.
Yeah. And then the guy says, "I got to know," and he
Yeah.
just
That's to know.
Because he
Pull the
knows
trigger.
how many, and
Yeah.
at the end I don't think he actually does know.
no. But he's like, he says it. He's like more angry that
Yeah.
second time he says it because he's been chasing this guy the whole time. This guy's done a lot of bad
And
things.
he's already gotten away from him.
Yeah, like he used the law because one time he got evidence like illegally or something, so
Yeah.
they just let the guy go.
Yeah, he
Like,
got the sniper rifle he was killing everyone with, but he obtained it illegally, so they
Yeah.
couldn't use it. It was inadmissible.
And this
And he
guy
didn't like it, so
like chased, like made him run all over town to the different phone booths. That
Yeah.
was this one, right? Yeah,
yeah. Then he beat him up,
yeah,
and Dirty Harry stabbed him with a knife sock.
yeah,
It's disgusting that a cop should know how to use that weapon.
yeah. So by the end, he's like really hates this guy, and the guy
Yeah,
kidnapped a bus full of school kids and all that.
yeah. Then he's chasing him
Just-
to
Like a
what is it?
Factory.
Factory
Yeah.
mill or something.
a mill. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then he finally gets him, and the guy lunges for his gun, and
You gotta ask yourself a question. Do I feel lucky? Do you, punk?
we'll just leave it at that. If you haven't seen it,
That guy's so crazy, though.
Yeah.
That poor guy, though, he wanted to work with Clint Eastwood again so bad, and because he was a bad guy in that movie, Clint Eastwood would never work with him again.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know about that.
yeah. So that guy played a good crazy guy, though.
Yeah, he did. He was memorable in that movie.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen him in anything else.
I don't either. But
Poor guy.
it's definitely my favorite Clint Eastwood movie of all time.
Yeah. So, it's come as no surprise to anyone, but my number one's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And just because I do like Clint Eastwood's westerns the best, and I think that might be one of the first things I've seen him in.
Yeah, he's been in so many westerns.
Yeah. And it's classic, and I don't think a lot of people nowadays, if they saw it for the first time, I don't think they'd like it, because,
No, probably not.
yeah,
It's probably nostalgia.
mm-hmm.
It is a great movie, don't
Yeah.
get us wrong, but
It takes a refined taste that many
Yeah.
people lack these days.
Just relax. It's a joke.
But like he said, just it's not too fast paced. It's more seeing these people try to get the gold and double crossing each other. You don't really know if you can trust any of them.
yeah. Even
Even Blondie,
Blondie, yeah.
he's morally ambiguous. Like I can't think of any of the bad things he does, but he double crossed Tuco at the beginning, left him tied up in the desert, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
I mean, our partnership is untied. Oh no. Wait. Not you. You remain tied.
Tuco's got a good reason to hold a grudge against him and kind of turn on him. But
Yeah, then when Tuco's like hanging, he lets him hang for a little while before he shoots him down one time.
yeah, because they had that scam going where
Yeah.
Tuco's wanted for a lot of things, so he gets captured, and then Blondie helps him escape, and they split the reward money.
Yeah.
Then after Tuco's usefulness runs out, he kind of turns on him, like we already mentioned.
Yeah.
And it's set against the Civil War's happening in the background, but it's just kind of like a minor thing. They're trying to find some lost Confederate gold, I think,
Yeah.
and each person kind of has one half of the location.
Yeah, they know what cemetery it's in and
The other person knows what grave.
know what grave in the cemetery it's in.
Yeah.
So they need each other. They can't kill each other.
hmm And Angel Eyes is trying to get the information from both of them, so he's working kind of against both of them. He acts kind of friendly towards Blondie because he knows that torture won't work, but he does torture Tuco because he knows he's weaker and
Might crack. Yeah.
You're not gonna give me the same treatment?
Would you talk?
No, probably not.
That's what I thought. Not that you're any tougher than Tuco, but you're smart enough to know that talking won't save you.
And the guy that played Tuco almost died twice while making the movie.
Oh yeah,
He drank poison or acid.
Acid, yeah.
And then he almost hit his head on the train going by.
hmm yeah. So it probably wasn't a fun experience for Eli Wallach.
No, probably not. But definitely his most famous movies they've been in.
hmm I know I've seen him in something else, but I just can't remember what.
Yeah, he's been in other stuff, but like you said, I can't remember either.
Yeah, the whole Man with No Name trilogy is actually good, but that one's my favorite one of them.
Yeah,
Most memorable, the one I've probably seen the most.
yeah, definitely.
Lee Van Cleef was in For a Few Dollars More as well as a different character. So if you watch all three of them, it could get a bit confusing.
Yeah,
But they did reuse a lot of people in those movies. Anyway.
yeah, they did. Still good though. It is a product of the time though.
Yeah.
They never do that now, but
Oh yeah. And like you were saying, the end scene goes on for so long, just panning around at him.
yeah,
I'm
they
sure
would
that-
never ever do it that long these days.
No,
Audiences wouldn't stand for it, I don't think.
no. But just the
Yeah.
music that's playing when it happens and
Yeah.
everything. Then the music stops for a minute and you get like a
When the
crow.
whole when Tuco's running around the graveyard before that, and like you can see the panic in his face and like
hmm
excitement,
Yeah,
and it's just like the whole scene is great.
right.
The lead up to it, and then the scene itself, and all of it.
Yeah. It's just a classic that you haven't seen in any other movie before
No.
or since.
No, yeah,
So it's like very iconic and well done.
yeah, and it's a long movie too. It's almost 3 hours, isn't it?
Yeah,
Or over 3 hours.
probably.
Yeah,
But-
but that's one that I don't have trouble sitting through though.
No, me neither.
I don't like the one with the extra added scenes in it. I think
Oh,
that's the
no.
version I have.
Yeah, that one
It's
is
just
weird.
weird. Like when Tuco's whistling for his friends and they all come out.
I don't know that I remember that part. But it's like, I think done in the Italian and their voices are edited over it or something. I don't know. Something
Yeah.
weird about it.
Yeah, it's just their added scenes, and it's just weird.
I just vaguely remember it. Like my version of The Punisher has the added scenes, and I don't like it. You can't pick the regular.
The regular over that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's why I borrow yours if I want to watch The Punisher.
I want to keep borrowing yours all the time. Sure. He's gonna put it back.
The added scenes aren't too bad, but it's not the version that I like to watch.
Yeah. Still good though.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think those are pretty good lists. We have quite a few of the same ones on there.
Yeah.
Or two, anyways. So number 1 and number 2.
Number 3 was the same.
Oh, number 3 was the same too?
Yeah. Unforgiven.
Oh, yeah. So the first 3.
Yeah.
Alright, so those are our lists. Let us know what your top Clint Eastwood movie is. Like, comment, subscribe. There'll be an orb over here. Watch one of these 2 videos, and I'll see you in the future.
To talk more about the past.
Yep.